Hey y'all, TRG here, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the potential for a very dangerous tornado outbreak tomorrow, as well as significant severe weather and the potential for a tornado outbreak on Tuesday, and maybe even a more notable outbreak on Wednesday. Let's go right on into today's video. Starting out here with our 500 millibar wind speeds on the GFS model. So what we're going to be looking at tomorrow is a trough ejection that's going to be setting up out here in portions of the western plains. This is going to be causing the potential for significant severe weather out in front of that trough ejection, more specifically focused over areas of Oklahoma and southern Kansas. We'll look at the SPC's outlook in just a moment. But as we move even past this day into Tuesday, that will continue eastward, where we could have even more significant severe weather being a possibility on Tuesday. But I think one of the more notable days might actually be Wednesday. Right now, Monday, tomorrow looks like the biggest day, but Wednesday is also looking like a very large day as well. You can see an embedded, strong shortwave negatively tilted trough out here in portions of the Midwest, and that could cause, wherever it sets up, the potential for significant tornadoes as well as significant winds and significant hail. So I'm keeping a very close eye on Wednesday and not just looking at tomorrow and Tuesday. Then as we push off this particular event here, notice not a whole lot happens with the jet stream. We might have an isolated severe threat later down the line towards portions of the deep south eventually in the near future, but I don't see any widespread significant severe weather beyond about Wednesday and or Thursday this week. So we should really be in the clear for a little bit of inactivity, but then we're probably going to kick right back up as we go into late May. So before we dive too far into our model runs, I want to look at today's outlook for severe weather. We've got a slight risk and a marginal risk. That is a level 1 and a level 2 out of 5 for severe weather. Tornadoes are a possibility. However, they're not the biggest issue today. Winds are going to be a pretty big issue out here in Texas, and especially hail, where we could have some isolated amounts just under 3-inch in diameter out here in southern Texas. We already have a severe thunderstorm watch that is in place in portions of southern Texas as well. Before we dive on into the rest of today's video, I ask that you guys please like and share this video with your family, friends, and on social media to help spread weather awareness. Subscribe to the channel with the notification bell set to all if you're new to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Let's go ahead and continue with today's video. Then as we go into tomorrow, much bigger issue. We've got a large slight risk level 2, marginal level 1, a more broad enhanced risk level 3, and even a level 4 moderate risk out of 5 for severe weather. This is on the day 2 outlook for severe weather, so this is actually very, very rare. We have seen this one time in 2024 already, so the fact that we're seeing it again is really shocking. So we already have a 15 significant chance for the risk of significant long track strong tornadoes being a possibility, not only in the 15 sig area but also in the 10 sig area. I do not want you guys to overlook the 5% and especially the 10 sig risk for severe weather. People are going to be really focused on Oklahoma, southern Kansas, but I see a lot of potential in the northern mode up here in Nebraska and Kansas as well, so I'll be keeping a very close eye on that. Winds are going to be an issue. We do have the potential for 80 plus mile-an-hour winds out here in portions of eastern Kansas, southeastern Nebraska, into northeastern Oklahoma. And damaging winds, again, will be that issue, but also damaging hail as well. We could see hail near or around the realms of 5-inch in diameter, specifically focused in on that 45 hatched risk for large hail. And I think this is the third time that we have seen this 45 sig hatched area. I'm pretty sure we saw it last time in Oklahoma. Now we're seeing it again in Oklahoma. And I can't remember specifically, but we probably had it one more time somewhere out in this area. But I know for a fact this is at least the second time we've seen a hatched area, 45 hatched area for significant hail. And then on day 3, I don't see a whole lot of potential for Tuesday, but somebody is going to be under the risk for significant severe weather somewhere inside that yellow area. It might even be just outside that as well. So I'll be keeping a very close eye on that. But right now, Tuesday doesn't look all that impressive for significant severe weather, but I'll still keep an eye on it. Then as we go on into Wednesday, this is what I believe could be one of our more substantial significant events out of the 3. Tomorrow's probably going to end up being one of the more notable ones, but I think Wednesday could follow closely, if not in front of what tomorrow may end up being. So there is that large 15% chance for severe weather out there, and same hazards, significant hail, significant winds, and significant tornadoes are all going to be a possibility on Wednesday. Now, there's no focal point for the exact region of significant severe weather, but as of now, I'm really starting to think that it's going to be somewhere out in this general vicinity here. So I'll keep a very close eye on that and keep y'all posted. Just briefly, we do have a day 5 predictability to low risk, so that's not really any risk for severe weather. The SPC says that model agreement is too uncertain to highlight a specific area of severe weather, but they are thinking about highlighting an area for severe weather in both the northern side of the risk near the mid-Atlantic up towards the eastern portion of the Midwest, as well as more specifically further down to the southern portion of the risk area. So that would probably include areas like Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, maybe even as far up as Pennsylvania. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. That is a day 5 area for severe weather, but we don't have an outlined region just yet, and that would be for, of course, Thursday. Now let's take y'all on to the HRRR-12Z. So not a whole lot is expected over the next 24 hours here, but as we go into tomorrow, we could see severe weather kick off as early as 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. So really, we only have about 24 hours before these storms start firing. By the time you're seeing this video, it should be 5 p.m. Eastern, so it will actually be a bit before the 24-hour mark. But regardless, we are looking at a line of significant severe weather potential here. Again, I don't believe we'll be seeing the very large, extremely large hail threat up here. Some isolated 2-inch hail will be a possibility, but I think our 4 or 5-inch hail threat is really going to be on the southern side of that risk region, somewhere out in this general vicinity. And our damaging winds are going to most likely end up being very significant out in this area. And again, I don't want y'all to overlook this tornado threat, because we could see a couple embedded tornadoes, and I wouldn't even be surprised if some are strong, as we have that 10 hatched area out for severe weather. But our primary focus for tomorrow is going to be any storms that develop between the time frame of 6 and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right out in this corridor here, right near and next to the OKC area. Those storms will have the potential to produce strong to potentially violent long track tornadoes. You can see the supercell composite, which I'm not a big fan of, but I just want to use it so that way you guys can see how high end our environment is going to be out here. So you notice that, this area, it's not really high end, still high end enough to the point where, again, I wouldn't be surprised if significant tornadoes end up becoming a real possibility up here out in front of that line. So I do want to keep a very close eye on that. But more specifically, as that lower level jet kicks in, which I don't know if, look at that. Yeah, the HRRR actually does initiate. That would be a massive issue right there. It's barely on the bottom side of y'all's screen there. This would be a big issue. If we saw a discrete storm initiation after the time frame of 8 p.m. Eastern, once that lower level jet starts to ramp up, those will definitely have the risk for all significant hazards. So we'll keep a very close eye on that. The primary threat tomorrow, time frame wise at least, looks to be between 4 and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but this could continue well into the overnight hours. I'll most likely be live from the plan right now is 3 p.m. all the way until about midnight Eastern. So I will see you guys in tomorrow's live stream. I'll also have a live stream here in about an hour after you're seeing this video, 6 p.m. Eastern on May 5th. Let's go ahead and look at Tuesday's risk for severe weather. So here's your instability on the GFS model. You can see we have a very large warm sector available for Tuesday, so we'll most likely end up with some severe weather being a possibility. Actually, we already have that slight risk for severe weather in effect by the SPC for Tuesday, but the more specific area that I'm watching is the southern edge of this. So I'm watching right out from like Louisville down through the Nashville area, out through Jackson, Mississippi, through Shreveport, back out towards southeast Texas for the best shot of severe potential. Now, I'm unsure on exactly where the highest potential may set up, so I'll just keep an eye on it and I'll update you all throughout the live streams over the next 3 to 4 days until this threat finally rolls around. So here's Wednesday's instability. You can see it's a much larger pool for instability in a very large warm sector. I might even end up with the risk of severe weather out here in the south portion of Virginia. But I think the main area for significant severe potential is going to be really focused up in this corridor here, right on the northern side of that instability axis. I could show you here on the 500 millibar wind speeds again. You can see that trough projection, the short wave that sets up out here. So I do believe believe with quite good confidence that that's going to be where our highest risk for severe weather sets up on Wednesday, but there's still enough uncertainties to the point where that could definitely change. Now, I want to just go ahead and dive right on into Thursday really quick. It doesn't look like anything too over the top anywhere inside of this risk region for Thursday. I am watching back out here towards Shreveport, Mississippi, Alabama, but I really am unsure on exactly how big that threat may be right now. So again, we'll just keep an eye on it. I'm still keeping an eye on my neck of the woods out here in Virginia, North Carolina, back towards Maryland, Pennsylvania, just in case I may need a storm chase out here, but we'll just see. There's just a lot of uncertainties beyond Monday, because like I said in yesterday's live stream, basically, long story short, we just got to take this one day at a time. All right, y'all, that's going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. My apologies if this video was a little bit all over the place. Hopefully I explained this as good as I could. Basically, just listen to the SPC's outlooks. You could literally just type in SPC Outlook Day 1 or National Weather Service Day 1 Outlook, and it will pop up right away. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit that like button and share this stream with your family, friends. I said stream. Video with your family, friends, and on social media. I'll keep that little blooper in for those who make it to the end of the video. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another live stream. Goodbye.